Good afternoon. Today we're here on another installment of our webcast. I'm Ed Pozzuoli, president of Tripp Scott, and today we're fortunate to be joined by our 45th governor of the state of Florida, Rick Scott. Governor Scott, welcome.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Thanks for the invitation.
Oh, thank you for joining us. The question on everybody's mind is job creation. You've set an ambitious course for Florida, and to set down a course of having government either get out of the way or be helpful in creating jobs. How are we doing?
We are heading in the right direction. You know, if you think about it, when I took office, we had lost jobs for 4 years. 4 years ago, I think it was, we lost people. I mean, more people moved out of the state than moved in. But if you look at where we are now, we're at a 3-year low, our unemployment. We are clearly making it the #1 state to do business. The last year, Chief Executive Magazine had us #3. Hopefully this year we'll even do better. Our competition has been Texas. And so we talk about how we're going to do better than Texas. Reduce taxes and make it easier to get into business, get rid of regulations killing jobs, make sure we don't have frivolous lawsuits, and treat business people like we want them here. And that's what we're doing in state government.
And give us some examples of some of the tax reduction measures that you've been able to accomplish.
So first, just the business tax, the business income tax. Now, since I came into office 15 months ago, we've eliminated the tax for 66% of the companies that have been paying the tax. On top of that, if a company buys equipment, we've made it easier for them not have to pay the sales tax. We have also reduced, we're in the process of reducing about 1,100 regulations. But I'm going through agency by agency and saying, how are we impacting business? And are there fees, are there regulations, are there permitting processes that can make it easier to do business in our state? Because the way I think about it is, if you're in business, you're competing with for customers. And your customers don't say, oh gosh, I'll pay more because you're located in an area that has higher taxes or more regulation or more litigation. They're not. So this state is going to be the safe haven for people that want to build big businesses.
And have we been able to succeed in bringing new business? I understand that we've had some success in bringing businesses that otherwise wouldn't be in Florida.
Oh gosh, one of the first things I did is I brought in an individual by the name of Gray Swope, who runs Enterprise Florida, and his whole job is to work with our local economic development teams and go after companies that are thinking about moving plants or regional offices or headquarters. So just this week, Mindtree is moving 400 jobs to Gainesville. Sikorsky's expanding their plant here, but I've had, whether it's Time Warner, 500 jobs, or Embraer, which is a Brazilian aerospace company, building their Phenom 100 and 300 jets, opening up a research center here. I mean, all over the state, we have companies that are moving here, and companies, the biggest opportunity is people that are already here expanding. And that's happening all across the state. And I know we've had very successful K-12 education improvement. And talk about some of the accomplishments that you've had in the last year or two on that. Well, if you think about it, your family, you care about education for your child, you care about your ability to get a job, and you don't want government to do things to raise the cost of living. So what we've done to focus on education for our K-12, we got rid of teacher tenure, which will allow our principals to keep the best teachers and get rid of the bad teachers. We started merit pay for our teachers. This year, we put $1 billion more in traditional into our K-12 education. On top of that, we all believe we should have choice. With more choice, everybody gets better, and you should be able to choose, because your child might be different or your 2 children or 3 children are all going to be different. So we expanded successful charter schools. So we have a big growth in charter schools. I think we're now adding between 90 and 100 new charter schools a year, which is, basically a publicly funded school run by a third party that can be more innovative. So whether it's our choice you care about, whether it's making sure we have the best teachers, all the things that we're doing is we're going to make sure we are the #1 place in the country for K-12 education.
There was, with Washington and the national budget, an issue with us borrowing and potential higher interest rates, but greater deficits. How is the state of Florida from a financial condition standpoint?
We're doing just the opposite. For 20 straight years, our state debt had increased by over $1 billion a year. So we were on credit watch to be downgraded. But my first year,
when you were elected.
And when I was elected. So my first year in office, we paid down state debt for the first time in 20 years. We paid it down $500 million. I'm hoping this year, 2012, we'll pay it down $1 billion. Now we're not on credit watch. We're stable. We're AAA, one of only 12 states that's AAA. And of course, we've got a much better credit rating than the federal government. So we're doing the right things. We're controlling the size of government, the cost of government. When I walked in, we projected a $4 billion budget deficit my first year. We balanced the budget. No new taxes. Matter of fact, we reduced taxes. On top of the business tax, we reduced property taxes $210 million. So we reduced taxes, reduced regulation, and gosh, it works. Unemployment's coming down.
So with all that, Florida's a great place to work, start a business, and of course live and raise your family.
Yeah, and I say it's a great place to live, work, and play.
Live, work, and play. And that's the message we want to get out.
Yeah, come for the beaches and stay for the business.
Got it. Governor, thank you very much. I very much appreciate the time today.
All right, it's great to be here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.